Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 5 review of series number 15. Series number 15 is Fruit minus Peach products. Peach has its own playlist that you can find in playlists. Anyway, so now that I've come back from chew break and we've gotten through the absolute horrors of Kayak and Silver Creek, I did right before break the Pinkerton product, the Timberwolf apple, and now we are into the second half, which is premium products. Basically, the premium products encompass 4 Skoal products. So as you saw at the beginning, this review will be of Skoal apple. So let's take a look at the packaging. So you have a pretty nice metal lid on sturdy plastic can. Everything is pretty much straightforward. The border for the letters of Skoal, this inner circle and the rim itself are all raised. Everything else is flat to the can. Notice that this is a blend product, apple tobacco blend, thus noted by the gunmetal gray that's in between the inner half circle and the outer rim. Moving around to the side, we have brand, cut, and flavor with a scrunched U.S. smokeless warning label. All kinds of pertinent information such as underage sale being prohibited, sale only being allowed in the United States. The fact that this is smokeless tobacco, so please no one put your Bic lighters away. This is smokeless tobacco. We will not be lighting this on fire at any time during this review. And that it's 100% American tobacco, of course. Then we have branding and manufacturer's information and barcode. So this is a product of the U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company of Nashville, Tennessee, the makers of Skoal, of Copenhagen, Husky, and Red Seal. So I have not had this product in a while, so I'm going to cut into it. The website is, by the way, Skoal.com. All right, they usually have coupon offers, even ones that go directly to your phone. Band's giving me a little bit of trouble, actually. All right. Oh, what the heck? Well, there's some tobacco there stuck in. It must have got caught in the can lid. That's what your looking cut was. Although I'm not quite sure about this piece. This is a little longer cut than usual right there. Anyway, it's a strong, sour leaning, tart apple smell. As I expected. I mean, I have had this product before. I actually bought it a number of months ago to just throw something much different into the line up, but I don't think I ended up finishing the can, to tell you the truth. So, in the can, the moisture level looks all right for a Skoal product. It is drier than other products, though. That big piece just fell to my desk. It's fairly consistent. There is a bit of more... There are different sizes of tobacco strands in this. They are consistently distributed around the can, so I don't want to say it's inconsistent because it sort of is and isn't at the same time. But you can see some thicker pieces there. The cut is going to probably be all right. Pinch is okay. Not quite as well, in my opinion, as the Skoal classic products, the classic line, like the wintergreen, the mint, the straight. But, I mean, it's still a Skoal-esque cut, or a classic-esque cut. So it pinches all right. There's no need to back it with a third finger. I'm not going to throw a huge one in here because I'm really just not a fan of the apple. I will be hitting the pause button though. And let's just try. And I am back. Okay, so I don't care for it. All right. Not saying there's anything wrong with the product though. As typical with Skoal, the product is on the dry side. It's leaning dry. All right. The apple flavor is slightly more natural in smell and taste. Taste-wise, there is more of a tobacco presence underlying. I am saying this in reference to the Timberwolf product. Okay? The Skoal product has a better cut. It's a little less consistent than Skoal Classic line products, but it's still a better cut. It pinches well, gives a little resistance getting pushed around the side. Not really any floaters. Stays in one piece and firm. Not spreading out, anything like that. Now, the Timberwolf product, though, and I don't want to turn this into like a face-off between the two, but so, the Timberwolf product, much more moisture in the Timberwolf product, but I think that the Skoal product has it beat. There is just, I think having a tobacco undertone present in the Skoal product makes the apple itself just seem more natural. Timberwolf, the apple wasn't, I mean, it wasn't out of hand. It wasn't like bad or anything, but there was no tobacco presence underneath it that I could tell. And smelling the two cans, the Timberwolf product, I don't want, it seems unnatural, but I'm not saying that really in a bad way. It seems more candy-like. Whereas the Skoal product, it's candy-coated tobacco, if that makes any sense. Now, the nicotine is going to be on the low side with this, all right? I don't know exactly what it is, but it's going to be medium to low. So if you're looking for a nicotine hit, this probably isn't what you want to go to, but it is very different as far as flavors go. I mean, it's very in your face, stand out. With the Skoal, there's nothing shady about it. I just don't like sour stuff in general. I mean, even as a kid, candy wise, I never went with like sour type, like Sour Patch Kids, I think was something. The sourness does have the effect of making it juice up pretty good. I will give it that. But besides that, I don't care for the flavor. But if you're looking for an apple, if you can get the Timberwolf priced as it should be, I can't, but if you can, then it's probably going to be $1 to $2 less than the Skoal product. If that is the case, either one, in my mind, would be acceptable. The Timberwolf product has more of a candy-like essence and has way better moisture, to my liking anyway. The Skoal product's slightly drier. But that's really the only thing that the Timberwolf has on the Skoal. The Skoal, number one, has a Skoal lid and not a Pinkerton lid, so that's like reason enough for me to lean to the Skoal product right there. On the back, I didn't hit it, but it is the normal U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company guaranteed fresh stamp can with a sell date on this one, sell by August 25th, 2019. So it's months out and it's still leaning a little bit on the dry side. So, wrapping up, lower nicotine. If you like sour apple type stuff, tart, real tart stuff, then you may very well like the flavor. The smell is the same. Both of them do have sort of a dark tobacco undertone, which I care for. I like. The sourness, tartness of it does make it juice up. The packaging is quality. No complaints on the packaging at all. Apple's just not for me. Nothing wrong with the product though. There's nothing shady about it. The presentation and the whole bit is fine. It's just I personally do not care for the flavor, and the product tends to be drier than I like. That's about the only spot where the Timberwolf beats it as the moisture level. I much prefer the moisture level of the Timberwolf. Visually, the Timberwolf is much finer cut. It's the Timberwolf long cut, which is at best medium. Anyway, this has been the review of Skoal Apple Tobacco Blend. If you're looking to switch up a flavor and you like tart stuff, you may want to give this a shot. For me, I don't personally care for it. It is very different, though, flavor profile-wise. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I have got no notifications as of filming this. New ones. Jay was the last. So, I'm not calling anybody out, but do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee, 83, Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and SnoozeFreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.